I feel like my JSS1 brain is better than my brain right now. Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Wuraolagoke. In this video, I just want to share with you how I almost allowed low self-esteem to steal me off my joy, to steal me off my voice, to steal me off my confidence, and a number of other things. So it's going to be a very story-like format. It's going to be done in the story-like format, pardon me, because I just want to share how most persons lose themselves just because of bullies in secondary school. I was verbally bullied. Yes, verbally bullied by some folks who were my classmates in secondary school, and I honestly just want to share that experience with you so that at least a young person like me can pick a thing or two from this and just understand that bullies would always come. While it should not be normalized, but it does happen. What you can control is how you allow the bullying, the words to get to you. Basically, that's just what I want to share in this video. So welcome. Please do ensure that you like this video, ensure that you share, and at least drop a comment and subscribe to my channel. So let's get right into the video. I told myself that I wasn't going to wear a wig or anything for this video because I honestly just want to share it with you very raw. And most times when I tell you that I want a raw video on YouTube, you definitely know that I mean it when I say raw. Now let's talk about this. While I was in secondary school, I was a very vocal individual, and that's why till date I'm still very vocal. And I understand that my sense of being vocal affects other persons, like not because what I'm saying is affecting them, but because they cannot understand that a young girl like me can be vocal. So now that I'm older, I understand that that's why those boys did what they did in secondary school, but that's all right. So while I was in secondary school, JSS1, JSS2, JSS3, I was very vocal, very brilliant for a fact. I feel like my JSS1 brain is better than my brain right now because I was reading more and all sorts. So I had friends who were brilliant. I like to be friends with persons who are way ahead of me in life. I remember that was how I became a friend with my best friend that I was the best lady of our wedding. I was the best lady at our wedding ceremony. I think I'll link the video. So I became a friend then in JSS1 because she's brilliant, very brilliant. We are set to talk about her brilliance. We'll be here till tomorrow, right? But at the same time, I had persons who did not like me because I was very vocal. I am that girl in class who answers questions, not because she wants to show off, but she just wants to be sure that what she read is actually correct, right? So instead of them to attack me via the route of me being vocal or all sorts, what they chose to use to attack me was with my body. You know how persons who are plus size will come online to talk about how persons will say that they are plus size, they are this and that. What I experienced was because I am not plus size, so I was given a nickname called Shogbe. To them, it was a very funny nickname. It was just them. They did not know that they were just limiting whatever I thought was Wuraolagoke. They limited my thought process. They limited how I saw myself. A whole lot. They were calling me Shogbe, and their reason for calling me Shogbe is the fact that I'm flat in front and flat at the back. They would laugh about it. I would just walk around. They would just say it. It was annoying. Very annoying. Very annoying to the point that, you know how puberty is. Obviously, I'm not a busty lady, so growing my boobies would definitely not be something that would be extremely large, right? It wasn't even big at all. I went to get a brazier, just so that they can stop calling me Shogbe. And guess what? After I got it, one of these boys, I feel like I should just save his name, right? One of these boys just said, we know what you did right there, Shogbe. And I'm like, can we just cut it? It was so bad that I did not really believe in myself. I didn't see myself as a beautiful lady. If I probably had a YouTube channel in JSS2, I obviously would not come here with all back, right? I probably would just make sure that everything is all packaged and all sorts. Like, there's so much limited the way I saw myself. And I was as young as 13. And that's why I've sworn to myself that I would so guard the heart of my teenagers in a way that even when persons are telling them stuff in secondary school, I would be their number one cheerleader. Don't get me wrong, my parents are amazing set of people, but I won't come home to be telling them somebody called me Shogbe. I hope my daughters will be, or my daughters or my sons will be able to tell me that, right? It affected affected me so much. It affected my self-esteem and all sorts. So it moved on like that. We got to senior secondary school. Mind you, while I was in junior secondary school, there is a competition that science students usually go for. They call it the cowbell competition. It was a thing that they would go for the competition. It made a lot of sense, right? But we never had an art competition. Like I said, I'm such a vocal being. I am very, very vocal. I've always been, I will always be. So I just got angry and went to meet the head of science department, the teachers, head of, yes, I can't remember the word, but I went to meet him and I was like, so why don't we have art-based competitions? I was in art and humanities in SS1. So I just mentioned it in passing and he said, it's just that we don't really have lots of them and all sorts. Okay, fine. So when I got to, I think SS3 or SS2, I cannot actually recall at this point, SS2 I think, then a competition arose, a debate competition, and they were like, you mentioned that you need art competition. We've already registered the school for this one and all sorts. So they just said that they needed representatives. So I did not raise my hands because I did not see myself as someone who could represent the school. I mean, I am Shogbe in quote. Do you understand? So I did not see myself as someone who would have to represent the school. So I did not put out to represent at all. It was a tough back and forth. Then our vice principal, then I love her to the moon and back. We even fought, but that's a story for another day. Mrs. Saka just reached out to me and said, I'm already sounding like I'm old. Called someone to go and call me in the class because I'm in secondary school now. Now why can't I represent? She mean I they clamor for arts and humanities competition. Now that we have one, why can't I represent the school? So she convinced me. I got back home. I was living with my grandpa then. By the way, I'm recording this video on my grandpa's posthumous birthday. Today is March 16. It's my grandpa's posthumous birthday. It would have been, how old now? 2020, maybe 88. Yeah. 89. It would have been 89 this year. Yeah. But that's the story for another day. So I went with my grandpa and I was like, they thought I should come and represent the school in a competition. I told him everything. And he was like, why not? So I represented the school. And that was when I knew that I actually had low self-esteem. When we got there, I saw lots of private secondary school students who were looking cute in their uniforms. And I felt, oh my God. I felt like Jesus. Literally. I just did not believe in myself. And it went on and on. I would just manage it. I would still face audience. I remember that I faced the audience with the low self-esteem, yet I killed it. It was superb. Honestly, it was very superb. It was very great because I mean, when we got to the venue of the event, that was when we found out that we were preparing for the wrong topic. So we had like 30 minutes to prepare for our topic. I remember that I was on a call with my grandpa and we're just forming. I was just trying to arrange my lines and all. Shout out to Mr. Bolaji. Mr. Bolaji was the teacher that took us to the competition. And it was just awesome, right? But something struck me. Despite the fact that I had low self-esteem that particular moment, I had 30 minutes to prep for the speech together with my co-debater, my partner, Ikeolua. Yet we nailed it and we came out first. And that was a little bit of a turnaround for me. A turnaround in the sense that it just made me believe in myself more. But did it stop the esteem issue? Did it stop the I don't believe in myself issue? Did it stop the fact that I didn't feel that I was beautiful? It did not. It was a thing that I fought down to 200 level in uni. So I'm just saying this for persons who just throw out words at people. You don't know how much it gets to them. You don't know how much it translates to who they are. You don't know how much it affects their thought process. You don't know how much it even affects their being, right? So I left secondary school, still called Shogbe, even after being made the head girl, back and forth. It was annoying. I just did not like that name Shogbe. Like, I am more than my body size. I am more than very annoying thing. I have someone that still does this thing to me, but in my mind, I'm like, that's why these days, if you try to insult me with my body, it won't get to me any longer because I've been called worse in secondary school. Like I was saying, it got into uni. So what now happened is I translated the low self-esteem into me being unnecessarily defensive, unnecessarily protective, and rude. So I told myself I would not allow a repeat of what happened to me in secondary school in university. So I entered uni with a very sharp mouth. I would defend, attack, collect those, give it to you gas, even when you're not even trying to be those with me. I don't know if that makes sense. It was a lot, to the point that some persons in my class saved my name as Wura Danger. Very, very bad. That's why I understand when some people say that the reason they are like this is because they're trying to protect themselves from what they've experienced. So it was like that. In uni, it was so bad. Until a point where I had to call myself and say, Wuraola, this is not you. This is not you. Stop protecting yourself in a bad way. This is not you. Before I got better. Why did I decide to share this story? In the midst of being called Shube, I started developing love for literary and debating. So I joined Press Club. I finally became the president of Press Club in my last year in secondary school. All this period, it meant that I was called Shube with a deep voice. I was called Shube that was speaking like a man. To the point where one of the staff of my secondary school said, the way I sound, do I think I would have a bedroom voice? And I was wondering, why would they teach a non-teaching staff, whatever, say so to me, right? It was a thing. A member of my church then said, the way I'm sounding is weird, it's too deep. So I translated from being called Shogbe to being called the lady with the deep voice. And it got to a point where I was now wondering that, okay, so what is good about me? Like, what is good about me? You guys complain about my body, you complain about my voice. What else wouldn't you guys complain about? And that's why I'm doing this video with all back on my head. Just so you guys can know that I've healed so much that I'm wearing myself like I'm wearing the totality of Wuraolagoke like a big crown. I've gotten to the point where there's nothing you want to say again that they have not said to me. Are you getting my point? And I'm just sharing this video with someone who is probably a young person, and you're thinking that the totality of your life is based off what people think about you or people tell you. My darling, people don't really give a damn about you, and that's the truth. They will continue to talk till you start feeling low, till you start feeling like you are nothing. What you will do for yourself is to remind yourself that you are something. In fact, you're not just something, you're an entity, and you will shake the world. I would have, no, now that I'm imagining, maybe I would have, if I had silenced my voice, maybe if I had tried to be sounding like, hello everybody, I would have lost my authenticity. I would have lost Wuraolagoke, right? And something happened to me recently that just made me know that I've actually evolved. So a brand made a mistake with my name, not like a mistake per se. So they didn't write my full name, and I like to be addressed Wuraolagoke, right? So they wrote Wuraolagoke. So the person is quite a big person, so there was no way I could have just went back and forth like that. So I just randomly just said it in my unboxing video that I don't like being addressed Wuraolagoke. I like it to be full, except of course when I'm saying the Wuraolagoke experience, that we all know that that's a nickname, right? So the person responded, and I suddenly felt bad. I was like, I hope I was not rude, I hope I was not that. In retrospect, I wasn't. It's just that I've grown to the point where I now accept my totality. I accept my flaws, I accept my imperfections, I accept my perfections, I accept me as a person. So this video is to just let you know, you watching me right now, that you are all, you are enough. You don't need to sound like someone. You don't need to be like someone. You don't need to add weight for people. You know, it's different when you're adding weight because, I want to add weight. But I want to add weight so that they will stop calling me Shogbe. It's a wrong approach. You get me? Good. So that's what I wanted to share. That's all. I wanted to take it off my chest. I said I was going to share it on my page. So yes, I'm happy that I did. I'm very, very happy that I did. I mean, till date, I still have persons who say that while I'm having a conversation with the love of my life, how would they distinguish the voice of the man from the woman? And I'm like, anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope I enjoyed this video editing. I hope I finally get to post it. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please do. Here I share awesome content about my growth as a young Nigerian and of course as an event host and an audiovisual creator. Please do well to subscribe and do not forget to share and like and drop your thoughts. Maybe you've been bullied in secondary school or anything with words or at all. Just let me know. My name is Wuraolagoke. Thank you for watching. Toodles! Bye!